Kabir existed in a time when there was a lot of dhakosla, a lot of strange things happening in the name of religion. And every different religion will fight for our name is more powerful, our God's name is more powerful. And Kabir will go on to write, जो शब्द सीने को भेद जाए वही शब्द ऊपर वाले का नाम है. Which means any word that strikes you is the word from the Creator. I was living a very ordinary life, and then I picked up a book by Dr. Wayne Dyer, and the name of the book was The Sky is Not the Limit. Now we have heard this phrase called the sky is the limit. But I saw the title of the book, The Sky is Not the Limit, and that intrigued me. So I picked up the book purely because of the title. And in the first few pages, Dr. Wayne Dyer writes that you are a miracle. And he goes on to explain, in the history of the world, there has been no one like you. In the infinite of times to come, there will be nobody like you. You are unique, you are original, you are the only one of its kind. And these words kind of stopped me. Am I so unique? Which means I don't have to fit in. Which means I can chart my own path. Which also means I'm not less than anybody because I'm unique. If there are 10 pieces of similar kinds, we can say one is better than the other. If everything is unique and everybody is unique, then I am the only one of its kind. Then my life is not supposed to be an exact replica of somebody else's life. I can draw inspiration, I can learn, but I need not be like somebody else. You know, when Gajini movie had come, you remember that movie, Gajini? Hundreds and thousands of people started having that hairstyle, Gajini hairstyle. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't. Now that is me wanting to be like them. In Instagram, you have millions of followers of certain people where they want to copy the same hairstyle, the same dressing sense, the same jewelry, because somebody else has worn that. We wish to buy a car because somebody else has bought that car. We want to move to a bigger house because others have moved to a bigger house. But then I am unique, which means my life will be my path. And therefore, what should I do with my life to be the best that I can be? And as these thoughts were running into my head, that one statement, that you are a miracle, sounded again and again, again and again, again and again. And any inferiority complex that I had at that point of time was dust in those moments. You are a miracle. And as I looked deeper, it made so much sense. My fingerprints are unique. You know that, right? All of us, our fingerprints are unique. And in the entire history of humanity, there has been nobody with my fingerprint. And in the eternity to come, there will be nobody with my fingerprint. My voice print is unique. And yes, the truth is my hair print, whatever is there, is also unique. My footprints are unique. Then why should I compare myself with others? I should look at my dreams, do everything humanly possible to move closer towards my dreams, and live a fantastic life. And that is how at the age of 28, I had the courage to leave my business and move into training, because I don't want to continue to do business and earn all the money because so many people are doing that. I was enjoying the idea of training and therefore I moved into it. You are a miracle. What Kabir said, that we are struck by the words, became true in my life. There are some people where it's not just being struck by the words, but you are struck by their actions. And that is where inspiration happens. I'm struck by the word, I examine my life. I have the opportunity and the blessing to have an inspiration in somebody doing excellently well, makes me believe, I can also do something like that. Now, I don't want to copy that person for everything that they do in life, but they've just set certain benchmarks. They've just shown me what is possible. So I don't want to be like them, but they expand my mind. Inspiration is nothing but expansion of the mind. Copying is letting go of your originality and wanting to be somebody like somebody else. There are some people whose actions are so loud, so profound, so deep. They just expand your mind, make you believe you are very strong, makes you believe you can actually achieve what the world says is impossible. I believe I am a miracle. I can actually live a great life. The barriers that exist so often exist inside our head. The last 3 sessions will take KMM this year in a very different and deep direction. 4th session is right at the center of KMM. So we are going to give a tool to everybody. Everybody in the classrooms will get this A3 size beautiful tool. And all of you will also get this sheet today. Fundamentally, what this sheet says is a warrior's secret to a great life. Now, why do we introduce the word warrior? Why not a normal human being? A warrior lives by a cause. A warrior holds something bigger than itself as the purpose of their life. The best of your life will only come when you have dedicated yourself to something much bigger than yourself. So again, yesterday when we were having the conversation and we were talking about the future and what can be done, the discussion was about the bright minds in the world should identify a problem they want to solve. And in this country, there are thousands of problems. Like KMM has decided to do its bit in the mindset problem among the children in the school. Let's see if we can solve this. And we are attempting to expand beautifully by talking to various governments and seeing where can we get breakthroughs, where at a single shot 8 lakh, 9 lakh, 10 lakh children can be impacted. The problem has to be solved and somebody has to do that. So let's see if we can do that. The best of your life comes when you have dedicated yourself to an issue or to a cause which is much bigger than you. And that is who the warrior is. Second, the warrior does not bother about the fear that they feel. They destroy every fear in their life. Like we say, courage is not the absence of fear, but going ahead in spite of fear. You will be scared often in life. But will fear stop me? Or in spite of fear, I'll move on. That will make all the difference. So warrior doesn't say, I'm scared, so I won't move ahead. The warrior will say, I'm scared, but yet I will move ahead. You give in to fear, you're not a warrior. You care a damn about your fears, then you're a warrior. Hence, this session is called A Warrior's Secret to a Great Life. Is this session on fear? No, it is not. But we just create the context of who a warrior is, and you set higher expectations from them inside the classroom. That don't just listen for the sake of noting some things down. Listen, believing how we began, that you are a miracle. Every now and then you will be scared. Every now and then in life, there will be pain. If you want to live a worthwhile life, there will be pain. There will be setbacks. There will be betrayals. There will be blunders. There will be mistakes. This is a part of life. If any one of us believes that we'll bypass all this and live a life, it's not going to happen. So which means if I want to live a great life, can I be prepared for those moments when things are not going to go in my favor? Can I be prepared for those moments when things are not going to go in my favor? Lao Tzu says, in times of peace, prepare for war. And in times of war, prepare for peace. So today when my life is good, when I'm having a peaceful life, what is it that I need to do? What is it that I need to focus on so that when things go wrong or when things are tough or when things are not in my favor, I'm already prepared for it. So don't have to go through an accident and then ask, ab kya? I don't have to go through a loss and say, oh my God, why this is happening to me? I don't go through a betrayal and say, ye mere saath hi kyun hota hai? I know these things will happen. It happens to everybody. Even a Krishna has a mama like Kans. It happens to everybody. Even a Ram has a mother who says, go to the forest for 14 years. Even a Sita has a husband who says, Agni Pariksha do, nahi ek baar nahi, do baar do. So we live in a world where you and me will go through tough times. But thanks to KMM, can we create a kind of a tool where I say, if I am ready with these things, if I can focus on a few of these things, I will live a great life. So the target is, let's have a tool which will help me conquer all those moments when life is not in my favor. Let me not live my life hoping only good should happen to me. I know bad will happen to me. And I'm prepared. How to do that? Now, this is what this session is all about. So, great life has become an acronym, and we are talking about 9 different aspects of life. And in each aspect, we are just giving them 3 points. Is it a very, very complete session? No, because life is much bigger. But if this is done, when times are tough, they will not be down and out. When things don't go right, they are not going to feel lost. They know what has to be done, and they will have the strength inside them to bounce back. When things are wrong, they are not going to feel helpless. They will say, I know what has to be done, and I will conquer these times. So what are those things? G stands for great communication. So many messes of your life you will conquer through great communication. So many complicated situations in life you can conquer with great communication. So often when you want somebody to trust you, it can happen through great communication. So great communication becomes the header. And let me just explain very fast 3 small points. What are the 3 points in great communication? Have a powerful body language. So what we're going to do, I'm going to, right at the bottom of this sheet, there is a QR code. People scan this QR code and it takes them to a Google form. And in the Google form, there are questions which are framed around these points, and they can do a self-analysis. For example, when we say have powerful body language, if I have to think about myself, Do I have powerful body language or do I have a weak body language? Are my shoulders bent? Do I look very casual? Do I look very nervous? Now, these are all weak body languages. On the other hand, am I able to stand on my feet balanced? Are my hands free? Can I have a roving eye contact with people? Powerful body language. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can rate yourself. If you say, I am the role model in powerful body language, then you give yourself 5. If you say, actually, my body language is very poor and very weak, anybody comes, does one tappu and goes away. कोई मेरे को धारता ही नहीं, then your body language is very, very weak. By the way, when I first read the message which was sent to all of you about the dress code, I was wondering about who will check. And that question came, why, you know? They said, white top and blue bottoms. Vehement denial from that side. Powerful body language. So 5 means I am the role model. And 1 means I am the worst case scenario. I am the role model for what should not be done. Then it is 1. I am the role model for what should be done. Then it is 5. And then anywhere between that, 2, 3, 4. So through this QR code, the kids can scan and assess themselves. The moment they assess, then they get a PDF downloadable about where are they today. And the idea is, at the end of KMM, when we complete KMM for this year, we will send them the same thing again and ask them, after these 3 months, where do you think you are? Any aspect of life where you have improved? And therefore, we'll be able to create a baseline to understand before the sessions how they were, or right in the middle of the session how they were, and towards the completion of KMM how they are. In which aspect could we make an impact? So we are doing it, let's say, with 10,000 students, and even if 2,500 students become the sample size and they respond, we get an idea about what is the impact KMM had on the children today. And maybe 5 years down the line, if we send the same thing to them again, because we have their contact details, and ask them, it's been 5 years, these were the topics, give them the link of the sessions, and ask them, how are you today? It will help us in creating some beautiful case studies. And for the kids also, it will be beautiful to reflect on. So great communication has powerful body language. Second, great communication is listen without interrupting. Are you a brilliant role model who can listen and listen and listen? Or you don't allow somebody to even complete their sentence? If you are a hijacker, as somebody is saying a sentence, you grab it mid-air and you put your own agenda over there. समझ गया, आधे sentence में मैं समझ गया तुम क्या बोल रहे हो. Or I'm not interested in what you're saying. You better be interested in what I'm saying. Some people are that way. So if you are that kind, then you give 1. But if you are saying, everybody says you are such a brilliant listener, then you give yourself 5. Great communication also involves speaking with a positive tone. Not only is your content positive, caring, but your tone is also always encouraging and positive. So of course, it is expected that you will also scan and fill up the form, get a PDF download for you to understand where you are, and maybe after 2 months, you can also go through the same exercise again about, do you see some shift in your life? It will be a very beautiful thing to do. So G for great communication. Great communication has 3 points. In fact, every point over here has only 3 points. And we went through some good thinking to ensure that it's only 3 points per point. So have a powerful body language, listen without interrupting, and speak with a positive tone. R stands for relationship building. Yes, there is tremendous power of 1, but that 1 is the leader, and every leader needs a tribe, needs a team of people for magic to happen. I need the sun at the center, but the sun does not create the solar system, nor does it create the beautiful earth all by itself. But without the sun, everything will collapse. So there is extraordinary power of one, but that one always needs people. And to ensure that I have people, I need to have the ability to build relationships. What are the three laws of relationship we are talking about? One, help people unconditionally. Neki kar darya mein dal. One of the most powerful philosophies which has helped me thousands of times. Neki kar darya mein dal. At the side, it makes me feel that I am a good human being. No appreciation, no validation can give me that feeling that neki kar darya mein dal can give me. So you go inside the classroom, you take a brilliant session, you know you have created an impact, you don't expect anything from those children, and you feel such a high in your life because you know you did something remarkable today. So help people unconditionally. In the brackets we have written law of reciprocity. Some of you will find it difficult to say it, it's a tongue twister. बोल के देखो reciprocity. आया? Reciprocity. What is law of reciprocity? It is very natural for me to help someone who has helped me. Not everybody has the heart to help everybody. Some people have the heart to help people who have helped them. Now, when you are a person who has helped, let's say thousands, then when times comes and you need help, chances are people on you depend the most may not be available, they may not have the resources. But somebody will emerge whom you had helped sometime and you had no expectations whatsoever, but they will stand up for you. So you never feel alone. So law of reciprocity is a very, very powerful tool to build relationships. Second, another very, very big favorite of mine, be a contributor and not a consumer in any relationship. मगर कोई रिलेशनशिप का हिसाब किताब बनाना, डेबिट क्रेडिट हुआ ना, पंकज इज ओवर हियर, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, बैलेंस शीट बनाना, तो एसेट साइड में माय कंट्रीब्यूशन शुड ऑलवेज बी मोर देन द लायबिलिटी साइड वेयर आई हैव कंज्यूम्ड. You have this eye towards people, then you won't hesitate in taking help. I want some help from Dheeraj, I will ask him bindas. I want some help from Raj, I will ask him bindas, because I know my nature is to give a little more than what I have taken. So there is no hesitation in taking help. And taking help, giving help back is how you strengthen relationships. So if your heart says, I will always give more than what I take, nobody will feel like a loser when they relate with you. Nobody can ever say you are selfish. Nobody will ever doubt your intentions. And people would love to do things for you. Why? Because they always gain more. So if you are interested in building relationships, strong relationships, deep relationships, be a contributor and not just a consumer. Third, very critical, respect the differences. Listen very carefully to this. When you relate with people, you will find that there are differences. Celebrate the similarities, which is what makes the relationship happen. You love KMM and many people come together. So we are here because something common binds us. So celebrate the similarities, but respect the differences. Don't judge the difference. Don't put somebody down because they are different. Respect the difference, saying, I don't know, that might work for you. This is what works for me. Wish you all the best. Wish you all the best. It's as simple as that. Everybody is unique and they have the right to be different. And when they have the right to be different, I should be able to respect the differences. Then you can carry along anybody. If you know how to respect people in spite of differences, you can carry the toughest of people with you. But if you are a लकीर का फकीर, where he says ये मेरे को जमता नहीं है, ठीक है भाई, तू एक बर्तन है जिसमें लोग दही जमाते हैं, तुमको नहीं जमता है, क्या बोलेगा? जमता नहीं है मतलब there is so much good in that person. Celebrate that, na? And respect the differences. Maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4 years later, there will be a turning point because of what you have today. And who knows, that might impact this world beautifully well. Whatever happens, we do not have the right to disrespect anyone. Take away that right from you, I can disrespect another person. If you are a person who cannot disrespect anyone, you will be so powerful in building relationships. Point number 3 is, whatever happens, respect the differences, respect people. Third, EQ, emotional quotient. When I do things out of emotions, it is like there is no logic. There is only instinct. There is survival. There is destruction. There is fear. And not the right things with which I make choices. We often say this in life school, boiling water cannot reflect anything. Still water can reflect. Boiling water can't reflect. And if I'm boiling, I can't reflect. If I can't reflect, how will I make good choices? How will I say the right things? How will I have the right behavior? Not possible. So emotional quotient is my ability to understand my feelings, but keep it separate from my choices. My ability to watch the source of my negative feelings and correct things at the source so that the negative feeling does not come back again. These two things get emotional quotient is all about. You will have an advantage over more than 95% of people in the world if you have high emotional quotient. 5% of the people will dominate you if you have low emotional quotient. Now, how do I develop emotion? Very simple. Handle rejections boldly. Handle rejections boldly. Session number 2 and 3 combined together. And I am volunteers this year who have messaged me saying, I never thought that I have the fear of rejection, but these 2 weeks have shown to me how I am scared of rejections. They said, I am in the process of getting rejected. Earlier I would have gone into depression, but I have to go and deliver this session. So I am not even allowed to go into depression. Earlier it was like my birthright. It's my birthright. I can be depressed, I will be depressed, I must be depressed. अभी तो हो ही नहीं सकता क्योंकि क्लास में बात करना है. For example, if you get rejected, what you should do? If I don't do that, how will I go? On Saturday, Harsha came to me very happy. किधर गई? इधर तो नहीं. अच्छा कर रही है. She was so happy. She was saying, you know what, Naren? I'm getting a chance to live by the session. And I was in a different world. क्या हुआ? No, I might get rejected very big time tomorrow or day after. She's looking forward for material to discuss inside the classroom. Amazing. Amazing. But you see, that rejection does not put me down now. It doesn't make me lose hope. It doesn't make me look at life as everything is dark and gloomy. Because I'm handling rejections not like a coward who gives in, but boldly. Boldly. So that's why the first point, handle rejections boldly. And then I wouldn't have put this unless we had this session. There are other pointers for EQ development. But because we had this session, This year for the children, this will be so relevant and so helpful. So handle rejections boldly. मतलब आज अगर नाश्ता अच्छा नहीं बना, for example, and if somebody comes and tells somebody else, क्या यार नाश्ता अच्छा नहीं था, you should smile and say, है ना, चल तेरे घर चलते हैं. अरे then that fellow will say, नहीं उतना भी खराब नहीं है, अच्छा है, वो शायद वो नमक थोड़ा मुंह में आ गया था, मस्त टेस्ट. अर्थात nobody in the world can put me down. I will handle all rejections boldly. Sangeeta over here is doing this to Naren and say, अभी बताओ उपमा कैसा बना है. Second, trust your greatness. Believe that you are a miracle. Don't believe your life has to be less than ordinary. Don't think there are so many people who are much better than you. You are unique, original, the only one of its kind. In the history of the world, there has been no one like you. In the infinite of times to come, there will be nobody like you. You are not meant to be like somebody else. You are meant to be like you. Believe in your greatness. If Atharva had not believed in his greatness, he wouldn't have dared ask, I think I deserve 1.1 crore. How many times have you heard people demanding 7 times more salary than what they are drawing right now? How many of us will be able to grab opportunities? Darling, listen to me. How many times, how many of us will be able to grab opportunities which looks like 7 or 10 times greater than what we are going through right now in life? Possible when you believe in yourself. And in you, what do you need to believe? That I am not ordinary. I am born to be great. Just that it has to be revealed to the world. You know, it's like a rough diamond. It just has to be polished a little, sharpened a little, and then I can be that priceless gem that the world is going to covet and celebrate in times to come. When you are going through your roughest patch, believe in your greatness. Believe in that possibility that so many great people had such ridiculous falls in their life. I was watching an interview of Amitabh Bachchan the other day where he said, I kept on applying for a government job. I kept on getting rejected. Jitna India mein possibility in 8 attempts, I gave all 8 attempts to get a government job so that I can be stable. Did not get it. And today, whether it is shoe or shampoo, Amitabh is the biggest salesman in this country. He's selling everything. At that point of time, if he had KMM in his life, he would be selling things on an international basis, not just India. He would be internationally #1 model. If any one of you know Amitabh, please pass on this message to him. See if you can enroll him next year as a volunteer. Believe in your greatness. Because when you believe you are meant to be great, right? You don't allow negative emotions to come and stay inside you. You treat them as guests. I 10 minute bed, ab ja. Don't allow them to become a permanent resident. Negative emotions will come. But when you believe in your greatness, you shoo them away. कोई आया घर में चाय पानी पिलाओ और भागो. And that's why the third point is, this too shall pass. No trouble lasts forever. This too shall pass. And so many of you over here must be having so many stories about how difficult your childhood was, how difficult last year was, how difficult 5 years ago was. And it just emerged out of all of it. So even the present challenges that you have, this will pass. Hence, in these difficult times, find ways that you can celebrate. Get your mood right. And that is what me and Joe were discussing the other day at office. In the search for big joy, don't miss out on these small joys. You want to have an aircraft of your own? It will happen. But आज बर्बन बिस्किट खा ले, नहीं तो गार्डन वड़ा पाव जाके खा ले, नहीं तो अच्छा कहीं पानी पूरी खा ले. बट गेट दैट रे ऑफ जॉय. एक दिन मेरा एयरक्राफ्ट होगा, जब होगा तब होगा, ठीक है. उसके लिए आज भूखा मत रहे. वो जो आज की खुशियां है ना, उसकी कुर्बानी मत दो. आज की खुशियों की कुर्बानी मत दो मेरे भाई. बड़ी खुशियां जब आएंगी तब आएंगी, तब तक छोटी खुशियां. Supposing, let's say, one of you or some of you have just had a breakup. I don't know why they call it break up. It's actually break down, na? Break up क्या होता है? Maybe it's a hopeful word कि ये break हो गया, next वाला will be better, है ना? Something like that, ना? So if you're having a break up, why are you sad? You're going to get a better option. In fact, like Atharva, you should go through 5 rejections. अथर्व तू कौन से नंबर में? अच्छा, वो पर्सनल है, ठीक है ठीक है, उसके बारे में बात नहीं कर रहा. अथर्व सेज नो, दैट इज नो एंट्री एरिया. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? इफ यू हैव दिस सिंपल विजडम दैट मैं रोज की खुशियां बटोरूंगा, यू विल बी इमोशनली सो स्टेबल, यू कांट बिलीव इट. मतलब कोई झगड़ा होता है ना, मत बोलो आज मुझे भूख नहीं है, बोलना आज मुझे ज्यादा भूख है, ज्यादा. ये छोटी छोटी चीजों के लिए क्यों अपने तकलीफ को मल्टीप्लाई करते हो यार? बाहर जा रहे हो, एक्सीडेंट हो गया, एक टांग टूट गया, तुम क्या बोलोगे? दूसरा भी तोड़ दो. अरे एक टूटा हुआ है ना, तेरे को कुछ मतलब झगड़ा हो गया तो दूसरे क्यों तोड़ रहे कि खाना नहीं खाऊंगा? और खाना नहीं खाने से झगड़ा ठीक हो जाएगा? फिर तो इंडिया और पाकिस्तान के प्राइम मिनिस्टर को बैठ के अनशन करना चाहिए. थोड़ा दोनों भूखे रहेंगे, ठीक हो जाएगा सब. और चाइना से जी को भी बुला लेंगे. So G, great communication, R, relationship building, E for EQ, A is for attitudes. 3 very, very simple ones. One, of course, has been the session, the last one, I can. But before that, 2 things. No blame, no complain, no excuses. If you ask me what is the source of my power, this very simple philosophy: no blame, no complain, and no excuse. Anything which is tough in my life is preparing me for a great future. So no blame, no complaint, and no excuses. If I make a mistake, I own it up. Yes, I messed it. No excuse. And we'll come to this point a little later also. So this attitude called no blame, no complaint, no excuse will help the children like nobody's business. My teacher is not good, my parents are not educated, I don't have enough time to study, I don't have the books, I get distracted, my family makes a lot of noise, I'm not naturally smart. No blame, no complaint, no excuses. Believe in your greatness and make choices accordingly. So very simple philosophy. And second, very, very critical for some of us and for all the youth, no gossip. Suna. Don't get involved in that. Because what happens is you listen to one, you tell to 10 people, and then it spoils everything. So no gossip. If I don't like something about Rakhi, why should I tell that to Preeti? मालूम है ये मेरे को राखी करना ये बिल्कुल नहीं जानता है. राखी को बोलना. नहीं नहीं उसको बुरा लगेगा. तू मेरे को क्यों बुरा लगा रहा है? लगाना ही है तो जिसका तकलीफ है उसको लगा. Because now Preeti will go to somebody else and say कि क्या होता है ना, कभी कभी people like राखी बहुत नरेन को परेशान करते हैं. Then they will tell somebody who stays in Nasik, अरे तुम्हारे नासिक में राखी नाम की है क्या, मालूम है, सही नहीं है वो. And now 1,000 people have an opinion about Rakhi. And nobody knows her. Nobody knows her. Why did we do that? Why do you allow the negativity of the world to flow into your head? So tell people, किसी के बारे में अच्छा बोलना है क्या मेरे को बोल, किसी के बारे में गलत बोलना है क्या मत आ मेरे पास. It's very simple. अच्छे फूल है क्या लेके आओ, किसी की लाश है क्या मेरे को घर में नहीं रखना है, क्योंकि लाश दुर्गंध देगी, बीमारी लाएगी. तुम किसी के बारे में गॉसिप करोगे, मेरे दिल के अंदर वही दुर्गंध देगा, वही बीमारी लाएगा. तो मेरे को क्यों सुनना है किसी के बारे में? Unless you are saying, I have this issue with Rakhi, help me to solve it. Then let's talk. But simply gossiping for the sake of gossiping. See what she is wearing. Become a dress designer and go and guide. ये क्या combination है? Go and tell Ranveer Singh. He wears that combination. Deepika likes it. तेरे को क्या problem है? And he got Deepika because of that combination. And you are still saying, कहीं तो मिलेगी, कभी तो मिलेगी, कोई मिल ही नहीं रहा. ड्रीम गर्ल नहीं, हॉरर गर्ल भी नहीं मिल रही है. So no gossip. Which means अभी नाश्ता है ना, मत बोलना ये उपमा थोड़ा मोटा नहीं है. अगर कोई बोला ना उसको बोलना तेरे दिमाग जैसा. अगली बार लाइफ में कभी तेरे को आके गॉसिप नहीं करेगा. Simple as that. Don't allow anybody in the world to fill your mind with negativity. And you have to protect it. You have to protect it. So no gossip. And of course I can. That was the session number 1. You remember? Hello? All of you were there? Huh. 5th, which completes this word called great. रेशमा वॉज चेकिंग मेरा फोन पर. हाँ मेरा नहीं है, किसी और का है, ठीक है. हाँ, नहीं तो नेक्स्ट वाला भी ब्रेकफास्ट मेरे को स्पॉन्सर करना पड़ता है. टाइम मैनेजमेंट. लाइफ इज नथिंग बट टाइम, राइट? You measure life how? In terms of time. Last evening, I was having a conversation with an amazing human being called Gopal. And I was saying the most valuable resource in your life is not the money, not the contacts, not your network, not your education. The most valuable resource of your life is time. Money lost can be earned again. Time lost cannot be earned again. So if you don't know how to get the best out of your time, you will never know how to get the best out of your life. If you can sit and Netflix for 6 to 8 hours on a holiday, it shows how you are thinking about your own life, that I am not good enough. I don't have anything else to do but to waste my resource called time. On the other hand, you can exercise, you can call your loved one, you can read something interesting. Go for entertainment, but not like a couch potato. And that will happen only when you do not see value in yourself. Anybody who values themselves, they will not waste their time. And that is why we prefer to start everything on time and complete things on time. Let's value time. How do I do that? Balance is of essence. Which means time for work, time for family, time for health, time for social, time for friends. Balance it out. Let life not be unidimensional where it's only work. Let it not be unidirectional where everything is friends. Balance is of essence. A healthy diet is a diet which has balance of proteins, vitamins, carbohydrates, essential minerals. Balance नहीं हुआ ना तो तबीयत खराब होती है. I go to exercise and I keep exercising my right biceps and I don't exercise the left. Now this becomes like Arnold Schwarzenegger's thighs. And this is like Nawazuddin Siddiqui. Nobody will look at my right biceps and say, brilliant. They will look at me and believe I am a sick man. I have some kind of a disease. Imbalance is always against you. So don't be so busy in your work or in some chaos of your life that you can ever say, I don't have time for physical fitness. It's a tragedy. So balance is of essence. Second, very critical, take support. For you to get the best out of your time, there are certain things that needs to be delegated and you need to take support from people. It can be something as simple as, I drive my car, I take 1 hour in driving every day. I am busy, I'm active, I'm doing something, I'm not wasting my time. But if I take the support of a driver or take the support of Uber and Ola, I free up that 1 hour and in that I can call 5 of you. I can call Purushottam and ask, hey darling, how's business going on? How are things? How's Muskan? Is her health okay now? And if I don't know how to take support, I will carry so many regrets in my life. Ke time nahi tha. So one, we don't understand balance, and two, we don't take support where required. From children's perspective, in your teams, discuss about all these things. I'm talking to you from your perspective. So from children's perspective, where do they need to take support? Maybe from teachers, maybe from their friends, maybe from their parents. So if I have a father who's an engineer and I am doing something in maths or physics that I am not able to understand, let me go to him. If my father, let's say, has never gone to college, let me find a friend whose father is an engineer and go and ask him, Uncle, मेरे को बताओगे क्या? Nobody will say no. Nobody will say no. If you are sincere, there will be 100 doors which will open up for you. So you don't have to fight the battles of your life all alone. Have a team. Ask for support. I am shameless in asking for help. But remember, I will always be a contributor and never a consumer. So if I ever think I need your help, without any hesitation, I will call you and say, darling, ye tera help chahiye. I'll call Pandurang one of those days and say, darling, ye cheez mein tera help chahiye, tera help kar dena. So take support. You don't have to figure everything in life by yourself. When you take support, you save a lot of time. And third, of course, is prioritize. What is more important right now? Prioritize. So when these three things are in place, balance, take support, prioritize. Just these three small things, and time management can be much, much, much better than whatever it is today. Today, if you are always saying, I don't have time, one of these three will definitely be missing. Supposing you say, Naren, I don't know where to go for support. Take somebody's support to find out where you can get support. Go to somebody who's getting the best out of their time, who are able to do so many things. Like yesterday, I was having a discussion with this lovely person called Sunil Sundarani. And he was saying, Naren, when I watch you, I know, life में 3-4 business तो इंसान चला ही सकना चाहिए. All these people who are saying, बहुत busy हूँ, एक काम से दूसरे चीज के लिए टाइम नहीं है. आप वाव पेरेंटिंग कर रहे हो, KMM कर रहे हो, लाइफ स्कूल कर रहे हो, तो 3 तो पॉसिबल ही है. जिस दिन 4 के बारे में सोचूंगा, उस दिन सोचूंगा किसके पास जाना है. 3 काम तक चलाने के लिए तो आप ही के पास आ सकते हो. So take support. Don't hesitate in asking for support. So that is what great is all about. Now let's move to life. L, aha, कितने मजेदार है. Laugh a lot. At my best jokes, some people still remain very serious. इसमें हंसने का क्या है? तू किस चीज के लिए इंतजार कर रहा है? मतलब कब तुम हंसोगे? नहीं, कोई बड़ा जोक चाहिए. मतलब नहीं, ये पहले भी मैं सुन चुका हूं. तो पहले रोटी खाया वापस कभी नहीं खाएगा. पहले पोटी गया वापस नहीं जाएगा. बंद. हंस ना यार. You should be able to read a message and laugh. Blue bottoms. मतलब कमाल हो गया. You laugh and you believe you are in control of life. Sad people always feel like a victim. That's why they say laughter is the best medicine. और दिल खोल के हंसने का, जोर जोर से हंसने का. Don't give 1/4 smile. मतलब किसी को लकवा मार जाता है, उनका चेहरा कैसा हो जाता है? And we tell, laugh. I'm laughing. This is laughter. You know, sometimes when I see people who don't laugh, I think this is not actually, I mean, what I'm seeing is not the truth. They must be laughing. They must be laughing. But maybe there is a design mistake. You know what I mean by design mistake? There are some parts of the body from which you laugh. And there are some body parts from which you don't laugh. Maybe those parts are in the other places. So they might be laughing, nobody can see it. And this part anyway can't laugh because this is that part. You understand? Huh? So if somebody is not laughing, they are actually laughing. But they can't show and they should not show. Laugh a lot. And if somebody is not laughing, just say, design mistake. And then you should be able to say, I will respect the differences. No problem, sir. Chill. No, don't criticize them. मैं तो कभी हंसता ही नहीं है. तेरे को कैसे मालूम? Learn to laugh a lot. Second point is laugh at your troubles. क्या टाइमिंग है, टाइमिंग. 10 मिनट बाद इंपैक्ट दूसरा होता है. 10 मिनट पहले इंपैक्ट दूसरा होता है. 10 minutes before I had to speak more about emotional quotient. Right now laugh at our troubles. मतलब भारतीय अपन ने जो प्लानिंग किया था अच्छे से हो गया. एकदम सही हो गया. मतलब laugh a lot, laugh at your troubles, and laugh loud. I really believe you should open your heart and laugh. And I know some people who, you know how they laugh? Why? Why that downward cascading effect? खुल गया ना? Have you seen these people who don't want anybody to see them laugh? So the moment they laugh, you don't like Colgate or Happy Dent. You're scared somebody will take you for advertisement by seeing your teeth. No, my teeth are yellow. Can you see it? No, they can see it. Let them be sad. You laugh. Laugh, 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 laugh. Okay? Last 3 points are very beautiful. Like everything else, of course. How much time do I have? Oh, perfect. Influencer. What do we mean by influencer? This is a critical point, and so is the next one, which is friction management. It is not enough for us to have clarity on what we want or what we want to give or what we want to say. Life is all about influencing others. The more you influence people, and I'm assuming all of us are good people, the more goodness will be there in the world out there. What is the point in being good but not able to influence? What is the point in being strong but not able to influence? What is the point in being wise but not able to influence? If a friend of mine is into drugs, or they are smoking, or they are into liquor, or they steal, or they lie profusely, what is the point in being a friend if I can't influence? The greatest ability a human being can have is to positively influence other people's mind. The greatest influence. If I can make you believe in yourself, then my life is being lived double. And if you can influence 50 people in such a class, your life is getting magnified 50 times. I'm not speaking about the influencers on social media. Neither am I speaking about these cricketers and film stars who advertise ke play poker or gamble online. They are misusing their power and destroying us. But in that situation, what should we do is what I'm going to take up in the coming life lesson. A topic called independent thinking. Independent thinking. Now, how do I develop independent thinking? It's not a part of today's discussion, but next Sunday for life schoolers, life lessons is how do you become an independent thinker? Two independent thinkers come together and we can influence each other. There is one word called argue. There is another word called debate. In an argument, I want to prove I am right even when I know I am wrong. Pandurang, sorry for this. But that is what lawyers do in the court. They know their client is wrong, but they will attempt to prove that their client is right. And through powers of communication and a few other tools, they believe it's their job to protect their client, even if they are wrong. So I'm not talking about arguments. I'm talking about a debate. In a debate, I want to express my point of view and I'm open to listen to your point of view. And as I listen to your point of view, I attempt to give a counter on my point of view. There is a healthy exchange of ideas which happens. And in the end, we influence each other. All of you would have heard about this beautiful small simile metaphor. I give you 100 rupees. You have that 100 rupees, I don't have it anymore. So now you're rich and I'm poor. But if I give you an idea, I'm not poor because I still have that idea. You also have that idea now. Both of us are richer. There are certain things where when we give, there is a sense of loss. There are certain things when you give, there is a sense of gain. You gained love, you gained friendship. And how beautiful is that? So don't be a silent witness to what is not happening right. It's your moral responsibility to be an influencer in some aspect of this world. You and me can't fight everything. There are 100 issues to solve. But there are some places where you should say, I will create an influence. A teacher's job inside the classroom is to influence the lives of children. Atar Khalil Gibran. In that book, he writes about the roles of the teachers and says, a teacher's responsibility is not to impart his wisdom to children, but it's to ensure the children do not take his wisdom. He should take them to the depths of wisdom of their life. Because I may be biased. Your life may be different. Let me tell you that think about two more options. And I'm influencing your holistic thinking. I'm not in this my way is right. I'm asking, have you thought that way? Now that is what there is a word called power and there is a word called influence. India has never powered the world. America has. Japan has. UK has. They have powered the world. India has always influenced the world. Influence is soft but deep. The spirituality of our country is soft and deep. It influences people. The yoga system of exercise that we have, deep, influences people. When you listen to a David Goggins, it does not mean you and me are going to become long-distance fitness runners. But if I am living in a mess which is created by myself, like eating nonsense for days together, and I'm doing that because I'm filled with self-pity, I read about David Goggins and I can tell myself, the way David Goggins stopped the nonsense, it's time for you to stop the nonsense. And the to stop nonsense is to create a very ambitious goal for your own life. You can't just stop the nonsense at a mental level. The energy that you have has to be channelized in a direction. Now, I might want to create the biggest students' movement led by volunteers in our country. But the influence is David Goggins. And it's not about fitness. So David Goggins influences power my life. No, he's not given me resources. He's not given me time. He has not taught me techniques. So he has not powered my life. But he has influenced my life. Similarly, anywhere in the world, if you find a revolutionary, they always speak about Mahatma Gandhi. If anybody in the world is speaking about willpower today, he has to speak about Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi didn't power the world. He did not ever have a position in Congress party also. But he was influenced generations to come. So the true measure of our life is not just personal success. The true measure of our life is the influence that we are able to create. You know, in the current batch, we were having an exercise called the tomb test. And as a part of that test, in a scenario, what we spoke about is, when we are having our last journey, we have died, and 4 people are carrying us on their shoulders. When we are going through our last journey, if the number of strangers in this last journey is more than the number of people whom you have known, then you have influenced the world. If 100 of my loved ones are there, beautiful. But there should be 150, 200, 250 people who I have never met, who have just heard that Naren has passed away, and they would like to come and watch, come and pay respects. When Mother Teresa passed away, prime ministers, presidents, and ambassadors from 110 countries lined up the streets of Calcutta to pay homage as she was passing by. Never before and never after in the history of the world, on the passing away of a person, prime ministers, president, and ambassadors from 110 countries gathered together in a single city. Now, that lady influenced lives. So for you and me, you want to know whether you're living a good life or not, once in a way ask yourself, am I influencing lives? Or am I just thinking about me, mine, myself, my house, my car, my bank balance, my holidays? Or am I actually able to influence? At a personal level, if you have to influence people. You know, this happens to me often where somebody comes to me and says, can you please talk to my wife? She won't listen to me. And the wife says the same thing. Husband won't listen to me. And they both believe the other is wrong and the other is closed. And I speak and both are open. They love each other. They will stay with each other. They will support each other. They will go through the worst of times with each other. But they are not able to influence each other. It's a very, very powerful thing. Very, very powerful thing. The ability to influence. Because only then you can bring somebody who's off track back on track. I know for some of you it might be natural and you must be doing it. There must be so many examples in your life where you have been the role model and therefore you were able to influence people. For the sake of this class, the 3 points that we'll discuss. You want to be an influencer. Identify what other people care about. Don't keep speaking about what you care about. Identify what the other person cares about. So if I'm going and if I have to meet Raj, and if I keep talking about what I am doing, what is my work, what are my achievements, what are my goals, trust me, he might love me a lot, but that conversation will happen once or twice in a lifetime. He will have some other priorities to take care of. But when I invite him and tell him, tell me what's going on in life. How's Palak doing, his daughter? How's Rishabh doing, his son? How are you able to do in social work? Where are you getting stuck? Any question that you want to discuss or anything that you want to ideate on, let's do that. I offer myself to his life. And then I might find somewhere where he needs help, where he doesn't have clarity, where there is darkness, or he has a misconception, or he's about to do something which is not the something. And then I might say, have you thought it this way? I'll be able to influence. So when you want to influence people, surprisingly, it is the most powerful tool in a salesman's arsenal. But hardly ever a salesman is interested in listening to the customer's interests. They are in a hurry to talk about their product. And hence, most salesmen are very poor salesmen. They do very poor in selling. You want to influence people, you need to able to understand what are the interests of the other person. Without that, you can't influence. Second, this is a very deep sentence, and fortunately, I don't have to explain too much. What have I written? Always propose win-win situation. When I work with many businessmen, and as I help them to navigate their journey towards phenomenal success, this is something that I come across often. We propose something. Let's say I propose a plan for my employees for their future. And I said, तुम लोगों के लिए बहुत अच्छा चीज सोचा, ठीक है? अभी हमको roll out करने का. If in their mind it is not a win situation, very soon they will lose interest. Listen to this statement very carefully. Any agreement which does not have a belief of win and win for both the parties can never be a permanent agreement. It will always be a temporary agreement. Through my body language, through my sheer presence, through my weight of power, through communication, through the good things that I've done for them in the past, taking the guise of gratitude, I might push them to agreeing with me in that moment. But at the first possible excuse, the agreement will break away. Then you can go back to that person and say, लेकिन तुमने उस दिन बोला था, हमारा उस दिन agreement हुआ था. Have you ever experienced this? You're talking to your child and say, commit करो कि आज के बाद तुम ये नहीं करोगे. And the child says, okay, Papa. Then after 2 weeks, it's not happening and you're saying, I can't trust you anymore. You told me you will do this. You are going back on your words. इतना फालतू parenting है ना. The child is 3.5 feet tall. You are towering at 6 feet. Like that, you're looking down and say, agree. वो क्या करेगा? Sorry boss, no agreement. कर सकता है क्या वो? They are not a nail and you are not a hammer कि एक बार ठोक दिया फिर निकलेगा नहीं. Any agreement which does not have a win-win will not stand the test of time. So it's not about your ability to exploit a situation and get an agreement in your favor because somebody has said a yes to you. It will not last. And that is why the mindset of win-win is critical if you really want to influence people. It's a difficult one. Because to be fair to people is a difficult one. Because sometimes when I'm fair to people, I can only see my loss, my loss, my loss, my loss. But if I'm unfair, I will have complete loss. So any agreement which does not have the spirit of win-win, where both the parties are not convinced this is the right thing for us, will not stand the test of time. So you want to influence people, you should be able to make both believe that it's a win-win for both. 23 years of training and I have found, have I resolved differences? Yes. Have I resolved fights? Yes. But that which has stood the test of time is where both the people believed this is the best solution for themselves. Otherwise it doesn't last. And to do that, we go to W3IFM. Now some of you know what W3IFM is all about. Some of you may not know what W3IFM is all about. W3IFM is simply what is in it for me. W is for what? Is in it. 3 I's. For me, FM. Radio Mirchi malum hai, Radio Love malum hai, wo bhi sab FM hai na? The way those machines are tuned to that FM station, every human being, you and me, are always tuned to this FM radio station, and that is what is in it for me. If I am not clear about how it benefits me, if I am not excited about how it benefits me, then nobody can influence me. I might say yes in your presence, but I'm not going to do it. So what is in it for me? If you have the ability to think on these lines, okay, let me talk to them about how they will benefit. Let me propose a solution which is win-win for both. Then you will be an extraordinary influencer. Your ability to carry people along will be humongous. You will be able to carry hundreds and thousands of people because instinctively people know they are safe with you. Through gift of the gab, that is through good communication, tum kisi ko phasaoge nahi. They believe that you will have their interest in your heart, which is when true influence happens, not otherwise. So this section called influence is a little too powerful, too big for the children, but some of them in the class will pick this up brilliantly well. You cannot be a leader unless you can influence. Title, no title, position, no position, seat, no seat. Leadership is all about the ability to influence. If I need a seat for people to listen to me, then I'm not influencing. No seat and people still want my opinion, then I'm able to influence. So those of you who want a seat all the time or a title all the time, and you think that will make people listen to you, yes, that is one source of power, but it's a very temporary source of power. But if people look up to me because they believe they can trust me and I'm going to be very, very fair, then it's going to be permanent. It's never temporary. Every now and then you will make mistakes. Sometimes people will make mistakes. Believe that every time, every now and then you make mistakes. Ego, apologize. When you apologize, you're weak. No, when you apologize, you're strong. You're not giving control of your life to somebody else. You're just saying, in the past, in that incident, what I did was not okay. It shows a lot of strength. It shows a lot of conviction. It shows your ability to believe in yourself when you can apologize. So the first statement over there says, apologize unconditionally and emphatically when you realize that you're wrong. If you want to manage friction, you have to learn how to say sorry. You cannot manage or lead frictions without the ability to say sorry. And saying sorry is unconditional. It's not, I'm sorry, but you should know. It is, I'm sorry, full stop. If possible, let me add, I will never repeat it again. That shows depth of sincerity. Your sorry has a meaning when you say it will never happen again. So if you say, I am sorry, but तुम भी कितना गलती करते हो ना, then actually you are sorry. Hence, sorry must be unconditional. And emphatic. Emphatic means it has to come out with power, not weakness. You don't destroy yourself when you say sorry. You create yourself when you say sorry. So apologize unconditionally and emphatically the moment you realize you're wrong. Second, this will be a big struggle for some people. Never insist on proving yourself right. Some of us are all the time wanting to win arguments. नहीं, मैंने जो बोला वही सही है, मेरी बात सही है. And if you know you can't win an argument, you say, मैं तो हर समय गलत होता हूं ना. That's your way to say, shut up, I can't win this argument, but I still believe I am right, you are wrong. Any one of you find yourself saying these things? मैं हर समय गलत होता हूं ना, ठीक है, आज के बाद मैं तुमसे कुछ नहीं मांगूंगा, आज के बाद तुमको कुछ नहीं बोलूंगा. These are loaded with emotions, no depth at all, completely surface level. 5 मिनट में सब जोश खत्म होने वाला है. It is like पानी का बुलबुला और तुमको लगता है कि ये हिमालय की तरह रहेगा. 5 सेकंड में फूटने वाला है. So anybody says things like that, you know, very high ego. Very high ego. And ego is not good to manage friction. Ego in the first place created friction. So apologize unconditionally and emphatically. Never insist on proving you're right. The moment you think that the other person is not flexible, respect the differences. You have that way of thinking? Chalo, koi baat nahi. At some other time when all of us are in a good mood, let's open this conversation again. Right now is not the right time to discuss this. No, but you agree that you are wrong. Darling, you may have a point of view. I may not have understood everything completely. Let's discuss this some other time. There's always a possibility that you have not understood a point of view. So just leave it at that. And the third is, become an expert in understanding points of view. I have a technique which works super powerfully. The moment there is a difference of opinion with somebody, I don't say you are wrong. Neither do I say, listen to me. I say, tell me more. Naren, you should not be in training, you should be in business. Tell me more. I don't want to go into business. I love what I'm doing. But if somebody is saying, nahi, actually मैं बता रहा हूं, मेरे को मालूम है, तुम्हारे चेहरे पे दिख रहा है मेरे को. अच्छा, tell me more. मुंह धो के आऊं कि इसी में दिखेगा? The most powerful tool to understand somebody's point of view is tell me more. Take 100% responsibility for your actions. Don't pass it on something. उसने ऐसा बोला इसके लिए मैंने किया नहीं नहीं तुम इतने नाइव नहीं हो तुम इतने भोले नहीं हो ऐसा नहीं है कि जो भी लोग बोलते हैं तुम करते हो तो किसी और के ऊपर ढकेलो मत It's very simple. I was wrong. I should have been careful. I take 100% responsibility for my life. Second, always show up. If you have promised, you must be there. And on time. 20 minutes before the time, you should be there inside the school for KMM. How so you should still be on time. Thank you, it's 9 o'clock. Always show up. For example, today many people were supposed to come and from 5:30 onwards I am receiving messages. I will be on Zoom. अभी नाश्ता तुमको हम डंजो करें मैं ये गले में 10-10 लेके घूमूं and these people have been asking me for the last 2 months physical corona अच्छा आजा मैं Zoom में आएगा but I will respect the differences. Always show up on time. And the last word in this is be trustworthy. Don't let down anybody. If you can do something and if you don't do what you promised, it's not just your relationship with that person. You don't live up to your trust. That person won't be able to trust others ever in life. It always has a multiplication effect. You break one trust from person, that person will not trust 100 people now. It's a very, very bad thing that we do. So personal ethics, tell yourself, I'm not going to break anybody's trust ever. 27 points, 9 headers, so 36. You probably have a minute to explain every point inside the classroom. You begin by speaking about you are a miracle. And you end again by saying, believe that you are a miracle. Talk to children about the scanner. Ask them to scan and submit the form. Ask them to take that self-assessment test. In all honesty, we are not going to use their data for any other purpose. It's just to understand the impact that KMM is having on the lives of others. We have created this session with a lot of thinking. And the idea is, if the children can have this tool for the next few years of their life, and they keep finding where are they going right, where are they going wrong, where are they on track, where are they off track, this can be a very, very powerful tool for them forever. I really wish that all of you also take this and use this tool to find out where you are on track in life. If you're struggling, why are you struggling? The answer is here. If you're doing really well in life, why are you doing well? The answer is here. So use this tool as a mirror for your today, for your yesterday, and for your tomorrow. With this, let's complete this session. I'll see all of you for breakfast and wish you all the best inside the classroom. May you be, in real sense, a very strong influencer in the lives of those children. Identify a few children in your class, minimum 1 up to 5, where you believe that they are smart, they are grasping things, or they are very sincere. Encourage them to participate. And who knows, in times to come, we might create a very, very beautiful wave of solid role models and beautiful people who will make this world a better place to live in. Thank you so much. Love you all.